I just got a brand new return back from PSA. Tons of beautiful cards, loads of PSA 10s, and 2 fiery Charizards that I'm going to show off at the end of the video. First up, we've got a bunch of Radiant Pokemon cards. I really like the Radiant cards. I love that the Pokemon on the artworks are actually shiny. Something that I didn't realize right away, but a very neat little aspect of this card. Everyone's really excited about the shiny new Pokemon in the Paldean Fate set that's coming out. Again, we're going to be opening 20 boxes of that. Really excited. But we got some of the Radiant Blastoise. We got 3 of those. All 3 PSA 10s. We got a lot of PSA 10s in this submission. Really happy about it since a lot of these Pokemon cards are not very pricey at the moment. A lot of these have dropped pretty significantly in value. We did get 1/9 of the Radiant Eevee, so this is already priced in a bag. This is going to be going up to the comic book shop. I'm actually doing a Black Friday sale, 10% off all individual cards and slabs, so that should be fun. Hopefully we get a bunch of sales off of that. So we got 1/9, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different 10s here for the Radiant Eevee. Really like this card. I love all the stones are present in the artwork. Again, with the Eevees, obviously the Arcanine, the Ninetales from Heart Gold Soul Silver, they have the stones, so I like Eevee and representation of all the stones that evolve Eevee into the given evolutions. And of course, we couldn't forget Radiant Charizard. So these are Pokemon Go Radiant cards. I do have a lot of the other Radiant Charizard from V-Star Universe available as well on eBay, but these are the Pokemon Go versions. I did get the Charizard here in a 9, 1 Charizard in a 9. That'll be up at the shop. But we got, let's see, 4 of the other Charizards in PSA 10. These will be going up on the eBay. We talked recently, Rusty from TCA Gaming, when I was on Slab Podcast, he said that he thought Pokemon Go was an underrated set, and I kind of agree. I like the shiny versions of the evolutions on the Radiant cards. I like the hyper rare Mewtwo. I like the hyper rare Dragonite and stuff as well. Unfortunately, Melmetal and Conkeldurr kind of dragged the set down. Overall, Rusty, I agree with you. As a Gen 1er, I kind of like the set as well. Next up, we have another subset of beautiful cards. These are the character rares. So I got a bunch of character rares, evolutions, and other stuff. So let's start with the Eevee one. We got Eevee and Bill here, character rares. All 3 of these are PSA 10, and man, I just love the character rare artwork. I recently made a very large purchase of character rares and art rares. That'll be coming up in a future video, a mail day video from Japan. Next, we've got Flareon. So this is the Flareon character rare from VMAX Climax. One thing interesting about selling these particular cards is sometimes when you group particular cards up, they tend to sell a little bit better than if you're selling them individually. It's kind of weird. So I feel like these are an instance of that. I haven't checked here recently, but I feel like these cards do fairly well as a 4-piece set. The 4 different evolution character rares with Eevee, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, as well as the Mewtwo V-Star and Charizard V-Star we'll see a little bit later. Those alternate arts kind of paired together do fairly well in sales as well. So yeah, I might experiment with grouping these up as lots of 4 to sell on eBay. We'll see how it goes. But we've got the Flareon character rare. We've got 6 of these. I believe they are all PSA 10. Absolutely awesome. I didn't really check to see if well, it does kind of look like those top cuts are a little bit off on these character rares, but it seems like PSA is still ignoring them, so that's fantastic. Next, we have 2 of the Jolteons with blue, just a super energetic card. Obviously, I really just love that one. And last but not least, we have the Vaporeon. We've got a bunch of Vaporeons. We only had 2 PSA 10s of the Jolteons. We only sent 2 Jolteons, but I sent a bunch of the Vaporeons as well. We got 6 of these as well. So 6 Flareons, 6 Vaporeons, 2 Jolteons, all PSA 10. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, you can just see how great this set is altogether if you're an evolution fan. I just think it's a fantastic little 4-piece set. It is a little weird that not all 4 Pokemon got blue as the trainer. There's a little bit of an inconsistency that Bill is with Eevee and not blue, but it's a great set altogether. Fantastic artworks. And yeah, if you're an evolutions fan, I think this 4-piece set is definitely something you'll want in your collections. Can't be a JavaAkuma submission without talking about Charizard, and we've got some more character rares. This one is the Leon Charizard character rare. So we have 1 PSA 9 that's all bagged and ready to go up to the shop for the sale, and then we got a bunch of PSA 10s as well. These are all the VMAX Climax character rare of Charizard. We've got, looks like 7 PSA 10, so that's fantastic. These will go up on the eBay too. Now, we mentioned the Mewtwo and Charizard V-Star Universe alternate arts here recently, and we got, looks like 4 more of these in PSA 10. Fantastic. Been struggling a little bit to sell the Mewtwo V-Star at the price that I currently have it at on eBay. That's kind of why I want to kind of group them up and maybe see how they do Charizard and Venusaur as a combination. See if I can move some of them together instead of apart. It seems a little backwards. It seems like they would sell better individually because there's a bigger buyer pool. Maybe a bunch of people already have the Mewtwo and want the Charizard or vice versa. But I don't know. Whenever I look at sales of these, it seems like the pair tend to sell fairly well. So again, kind of odd, but we'll probably try that out. We also got 1/9 of these. You can tell the centering is not too great. Pretty thick on the left, pretty thin on the right. So that's why that one got the 9, I think. We've got this one priced out for the store. And then we also got 4 of these in a PSA 10. So we got 4 of the Mewtwo, 4 of the Charizard. Maybe I'll try and just pair these up and try and sell them as combinations. I'll put 4 of them up as inventory and just see how it goes. Last but not least are the 2 fiery Charizards that I mentioned in the intro of this video. 2 absolute bangers, 2 PSA 10s. We'll start with the Himeno Advent of Arceus. This one's the first edition Charizard Holo in a PSA 10. I always love when I get these mid-era Charizards in high grade. So awesome to get a PSA 10 of this one. I have graded quite a few PSA 10s of this card. I've sold quite a few PSA 10s of this card. Not necessarily my favorite artwork of Charizard. There's many greater artworks of Charizard. This one's a little derpy in my opinion, but overall, I think this card is fantastic, and we got it in the highest grade, PSA 10. Last but not least, the absolute banger of this submission, the top-notch card. A card that's going to be really hard to sell because I'm not sure how many more of these I'm going to get and how many more of these I'm going to get in PSA 10. It is the Charizard Level X Holo. This one is the first edition copy. We got it in a PSA 10. I was a little worried about this one because the centering is a little off left to right. And there was one other little thing on the bottom right there. You can see there's a little piece of whitening there on the bottom. It's the smallest little piece of whitening you've ever seen. But sometimes PSA can get those sticklers. Even the smallest piece of whitening can take you down to that 9 slot. So I was really excited to see that this card got the 10. Absolute banger. Absolutely amazing artwork. I love that the flames flow off the card. And it's got the trainer on there as well. Just really, really nice. This did come from a half deck, so it's not super hard to come by. You don't have to pull it from a set or anything. It's not incredibly rare, but it's a beautiful card. The level X's are really awesome, and of course, it is Charizard, my favorite Pokemon. So, absolute banger, absolute heater. Love it. Awesome. If you guys like this video, you'll definitely like this video where I review a massive PSA submission that I'm sending out full of 25th anniversary and classic collection cards. Check it out.